If I asked you, what is the single most important effect for editing music audio, what would your answer be? By the end of this video, you will know the answer and you will know exactly how to use it. To understand this, we first need to look at the waveform's shape. What you see on screen is a tenor saxophone recording. Notice how some parts of this waveform have a clear pattern. They start loud and then slowly fade away. The beginning is strong, but the tail becomes very quiet. You can see this pattern in many places across the recording. Now look at some other parts. These sections look more balanced. The volume is spread evenly across the waveform. In fact, these parts look very similar to a voiceover waveform. That is good news, because it means the same processing we use for voiceovers will also work here. But what about those uneven parts with the loud start and the quiet tail? To improve them, we need to raise the volume of those quiet tails so the whole waveform becomes more balanced. And the tool that does exactly this is the compressor. That is our answer. Now let me show you how the compressor works on a music waveform. First, I will duplicate this track so we can compare the results later. Go to Edit, then Duplicate. Now we have two identical tracks. The bottom one stays untouched. We will apply the compressor only to the top one. Before adding any effect, let's quickly check the stats of this audio. The peak is around -1.5. This number matters for two reasons. First, it tells us how much room we have to increase the volume. Second, it helps us choose the right compressor settings. If your peak is around -1, -2, or -3, you can use the compressor comfortably. Let's start by normalizing the top track to -1. For this particular recording, this will give us a small boost in both the peak and the overall loudness. To be honest, I do not actually need to apply the normalize effect on this audio before applying the compressor, because if the peak is somewhere between -1 and -3, you can use a compressor. But as a good practice, I want you to normalize to -1 decibel before applying the compressor. That will make sure your compressor settings work when you are dealing with a bit of a different kind of recording. As I normalize the audio to -1 decibel, the peak is now set to -1 decibel. We can confirm that from the ACX check. If you normalize the audio to -1 decibel before the compressor, you will be able to copy the compressor settings I will use next. Now it's time for the compressor. Go to Effect, then Volume and Compression, then Compressor. If you open the factory presets, you will find settings for guitar, drums, piano, and many other instruments. But remember what we said earlier. Music waveforms like this one behave a lot like voiceover waveforms. So we can safely start with the lead vocals preset. With this preset, you do not need to worry about the look ahead, attack, or release settings. You only need to adjust two things: the threshold and the ratio. For music audio, set the threshold a little lower. I will use -18. Why? Because we have high peaks at the start and quiet sounds in the tail. Something between -16 and -20 usually works well. Feel free to experiment a little and see what happens. For the ratio, here is a simple rule. If you want gentle compression, keep it around 3. If you need stronger compression, go up to 4 or 5. I do not recommend starting with heavy compression. Start around 3, apply it, and watch how the waveform shape changes. Let's apply the effect now. After compression, you will notice the whole waveform has shrunk. That is normal. Compression pulls everything down. To fix it, we simply normalize again. For music audio, you can normalize to -0.5, since we still have some headroom, but for this video, I will keep it at -1. Now look at the result. The tail ends of the waveform have been lifted and filled in. The overall shape is more balanced than before. Let's listen and compare. First, the original. Now the compressed version. Can you hear the difference? It is subtle because this recording was already quite loud, but when you place this audio in a full mix, the improvement will have a real impact. Look closely at the tails of both tracks. The processed one is fuller and louder, and this is where your judgment comes in. If the tail looks too packed after compression, use a gentler setting. Raise the threshold and lower the ratio. But if the tail still needs more filling, do the opposite. Lower the threshold and raise the ratio. That is how you make these decisions. And here is the best part. This principle works for any musical instrument, guitar, piano, or anything else. As long as the waveform starts strong and fades into a quiet tail, the compressor is your answer.